Okay, send me a text that she won't be able to. Okay, cool. So we have the depreciation on the building, right? Yeah, G. So that means 8,000 minus in asset and also minus in equity. Okay, depreciation minus, and also the building, since it's getting depreciated, the value of the building is going down. We are also going to minus that in the asset. Okay. What's next? Cash withdraw for personal use 20,000. So that's also easy. Cash minus 20,000 and equity minus 20,000 has drawings. Next, I rent received in advance rupees 5,000. So that is advance money, which means cash plus 5,000, asset 5,000, and liabilities are also 5,000 because we are receiving that in advance. Okay, next we have cash paid to Amali on account, rupees 20,000. So who is Amali? One of our creditors. So we are paying her back, which means minus 20,000 in the cash and minus 20,000 in liabilities, which will also reduce in payables, which is liabilities. Okay. And then we have, wait, what's the question? Cash received from Ashu, rupees 30,000. So who is Ashu? One of our debtors. So we are getting money from her. That means our asset will increase. So cash 30,000 increase, and also in the asset, we will also decrease the debtors amount. Okay, so debtors minus 30,000. This is both goes to the asset account. Okay. Okay, cool. So how much is the total answer you all got? Asset equals 615. Correct. So the last answer has to be asset. The equal amount has to be 615,000. Sadhushan, did you get 615,000, or if you do have any other questions, let me know. Okay, so that's done. Going back to the second question. So, guys, I know the second question preoccupied you all a little. So, what we are going to do is after I'm done with this part of the ratio, because I have to erase the board to get you the answer. So, after we are done with this part of the ratios, I'll get you the second question's answer. Okay, cool. Ratios. Can you all put the heading of ratio? I have note for your somehow. Can I get your phone? Okay. Okay, so before we do study ratio, I have no idea what you have to learned already. I'm just going to give you what I am going to give you. Okay, sorry. Sadhushan somehow will send the yeah, someone will send you the picture of whatever that's there behind, and I'm gonna, just bear with me. Okay, so I'm also going to, so we are going to start ratios now, guys. Okay, solution, if you can't hear anything, let me know, but I'm going to give you notes as well. So I might as well type, but first of all, let me start reading it to you. And if you can't understand or if there is any lag in the system, just let me know. I'll type it for you. Okay. All right, cool. So before we start ratios, you'll have to have an idea why we are using ratios. Okay, why is the need for ratios when it comes to office, when it comes to accounting? Why do we need ratios in a financial perspective of a business? Okay, so in a business, we can't just find out everything straightforward. Okay, so in order to find straightforward, like how we do plus and minus, and this is the answer we get. So we can't do that. Okay. So in order to make sure, solution okay. So in order to make sure that we are able to find the exact answer for the future comes. Okay. Let's say this is something that's happening in the future. You can't find exact answers now. Okay. So in order to make sure we find the exact answers now, is why they use ratios in a business. Okay. And that is also the main purpose is for operational activities. Okay. For operational performance is why we use ratios. So operation performance in accounting refers to how effectively a company manages its day-to-day activities to achieve its financial goals. So as I told you yesterday as well, operational activities is how a company runs in a day-to-day basis. Okay, so in order to make sure how we run in the day-to-day basis, in the financial perspective, okay, people coming in and working daily is also an operational activity. Yeah, but when it comes to financial activity, what are we spending on the day on that particular day? How much are we spending? How much are we earning? Those are the financial perspective of operational function. Okay. All right. So it also involves, now those operation functions also involve us taking care of the resources that we have in our company. Now, if you see the board, when it comes to ratio, it's not just the money ratios, okay? Not only profit or loss, the investments, not only that. It also has inventories. How much turnover does the inventories bring you? Okay. So that is not a financial, but that's not including money. But still, it is giving why we are including this as well. Financial perspective. Okay. So the first reason I asked you today, why do we use ratios in our businesses? Okay. So ratio calculations are quantitative method of examining the financial health of a organization or a company. So that is why we use ratio. So I want you to add that as the first note. Ratio calculations are a quantitative method. So they should let me know if you can't or if I am lagging by any chance. So I will type you the notes inside. Ratio calculations are a quantitative method suggestion. Are you able to write the notes? Hold on, guys. Let me type it for you. I hate this keyboard. Method of examining the financial health of an organization. Okay, next point. Ratio analysis compares data from ratio analysis compares data from the company's financial statements to gain insights into organizational profitability liquidity comma liquidity, comma operational efficiency, and solvency. And solvency. Next point. Ratio analysis can assess how a company is performing over time while also comparing its performance to that of other companies to that of our sector. Or sector. All right. Okay, so according to your module, we only have three types of ratios. I don't know why, but they have only given three types of ratios, which is profitability ratio, liquidity ratio, and leverage ratio. I don't know why the order should be missed. Okay, cool. That's a why we use ratio is to know how the operation on day-to-day activities takes place and how we can access that to other financial stability of our company. Okay, so in order to make sure that we do have the proper financial examining way, so this is a way to examine the stability of our company. Okay, so these ratios are used in most of the stuff when it comes to an organization, like as we told, in order to find out the profitability that we have in our company. Liquidity is how much money do we have in our company and how we can use it. And the operational is how much efficient we can take out the day-to-day activities in our company. And the solvency, so how we able to make sure to keep this organization sustainable. Okay, so that is what we are able to find from all these ratios as well. So, and also one of the important things that the ratios can do to us is that they are able to make sure or compare with the other companies that's there in the industry and see where we stand. Got it? Cool. So now I want you all to draw this table as a part of your notes. Have you all already drew the table? Sadarshan, I want you to draw the table as well. Okay. So as you see, there are four different types of ratios that is subdivided into some other more ratios. Okay. So when it comes to liquidity ratio, okay. So when it comes to liquidity ratio, it shows us how much the company is able to pay any short-term debts. Okay. Now, if we have smaller debts or that we have to pay within a particular time period, how the company is able to pay is what is shown in liquidity ratio. Okay. And in profitability ratio is, as you can understand from the name itself, it shows us how much profit does the company have. Okay, so we are able to find the profit. So the gross profit, net profit, return on investment, return on equity. So gross profit is the E, and the net profit, gross profit is when we found out from the sales to just from the sales and to find the gross profit, and net profit we are able to find after deducting all the expenses that we have, and return on investment is on whatever the investments that we are able to put, and equity is the return on capital. Ratio it shows that how much effectively that we can use our assets. Okay, assets. Now, as we talked about, the inventories is machineries and stuff like that. So how much efficiently can we use our inventories? How much efficiently can we use our assets? So if you see it properly, see it's inventory turnover ratio, debtors turnover ratio, and total assets ratio. So which is like non-current ratio, current ratio, and total ratio. Non-current asset ratio, non-current asset ratio, and total asset ratio, something like that. Make it easier for you all to understand. And then we have ability of a company to meet its financial obligations. Now, in every start of the every year, we have a particular financial goal obligation. Here shows us how we can achieve it or can we achieve it or what is the process we are in. Correct? That's why we have everything in regards to debt. Because after the debt goes out of the company, we have the rest for the company. Cool? Okay. So I have sent to you and start writing the meaning for all the ratios that we are going to study. There is no group. Cool. Send it to Sadarshyan also. Okay. Uh, uh, I think some have sent you a note. I want you to copy that note. Guys, do you all have the formula um, how to calculate return on assets current ratio? Did your teacher give you the formula? No. Yes or no? See, I'm gonna give you ratios of all these. Okay, the way to find out. I don't know why they told you only three, but there is like 10. Um, I'm gonna erase these kids. Guys, that note's done. Carry on. And you can see this, right? You can see this, right? Solution, after you're done with the notes, I'll send the picture of this as well after I'm done with this. Guys, just because I'm using short forms doesn't mean you can use short forms, okay? I don't have space in the world to write everything. Solutions, I have sent it to you now. You send it to Sadosham, right? Okay, I'm gonna say you an easier way for you all to remember this is that profitability is how efficiently the company can use its stuff to make money, to use its resources and whatever the company has within the company to make more money. Got it? Okay. Liquidity is that how can we pay our bills? Just think like that. Okay. As a company, okay, as a company, every company has expenses, bills to pay, salaries to make, electricity bills and stuff like that. So how can we actually pay that? Is there in the liquidity. So that's how they can find it. Cool. How much cash do they have to do it? And leverage. Leverage ratio is how much the business is owned or borrowed. Got it? What the business owns and what the business has borrowed from another place or from any other people. Chat. Okay. So in leverage, in this ratio, if there is a higher number, that means it has a higher risk. Got it? So if the end of the leverage ratios, if you get a higher number, that means that much higher risk do you have in your business. That means most of the stocks in your business are borrowed. Got it? Cool. Well, I'm not telling you operations is that that's not there in your model. Okay, but it is also a very important part you have to learn. So I'm teaching you as a general knowledge because when it comes to ratio, you have to learn everything. I don't know why they omitted it. Okay. Guys, do you remember the second question we missed to answer? Can I know how much answer did you get something? $1,500.18. Rif Khan. 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 How much did you get? Did you get an answer? 800. Cool. Uh, Suggestion, can you tell me how much did you get for that second question that we did early in the morning today? Just drop a text for me how much you got. Or if you didn't get, are you stuck in the half of the question? No problem. Okay, in that question, the second question, we have two ways of identifying the answer. Okay, so I'm gonna give you both the ways so that whatever the ways that you have learned and got the correct answer is cool. But if that's not the correct answer, you can copy down whatever the way that is easier for you. And for today's ratio, guys, are done? Shall I erase this? So we're going to go with the second question that we missed out, so I can finish it up. The answer has to be 800. Okay, so the answer is 800. If you have got the answer of 800, that is correct. Okay, so when Bimal, we have how many people? Oh, no, sorry, question. Okay, so I'm going to put Bimal, V for Bimal. So he sells it in the 15 percentage additional to his price. Okay, this is what I'm going to find. And we have Sunil. Sunil sells that for 1012, which has a 10 percentage of profit. To Udesh, we don't even know what Udesh is from. Okay. So, when according to Bimal, the selling price of that object would be 100 plus 15 divided by 100. into x would be 1.15x. You know how this came is that we are going to find the percentage. Yeah. So for the percentage is right, they have set it for 15 percentage. Yeah, so that's what we are just thinking it as 100 and adding 15 to it because that's 15 percentage. And not making percentage is why we are having 100 million. Got it? Okay, and then we have to find the selling price, which is the x. Okay, when we calculate it thoroughly, we will get 1.15x. You can calculate and see. Okay. Now, when Sunil is selling that object to Udesh, he is having how much of profit? 10%. Okay. So we're gonna take him down. Okay, he's selling that for 112 rupees with 10% of profit, which means if we take this formula, this selling price formula, 112 equals 100 plus 10 over 100 into what? How much is the x? We have to simplify to that 1.15x. Okay, we are taking this whole thing here because we don't know how much is the purchasing price first. And 100 plus 10 is why? Because they have 10% profit for that object. But still that object is 100 rupees. They are having a 10% profit. So that's what we are adding 10. Understood? Now when you calculate this whole thing and say x will become 800. I can't do the calculation for you guys because you have a calculator or phone or whatever. Okay, so this is one way of finding this. Okay, so Adushan, what did you send? I can't see. Okay, so this is one way of finding the answer. So another way of finding the answer is, so Adushan, did you send any pictures? Hold on, Adushan. Your picture is still loading on you. It shows us a corrupted file. I can't open it. It's not supporting. Can you please send that picture to someone or something? Okay. So So the next way of finding is like the easiest way than this. I just give you the hard way first. Okay. So that is, we know how much Sunil sold it for. That is 112. Yeah. So we are going to divide this by 110 and multiply by 100. Okay, why 110 again is because he had a 10% of profit. Okay, that's why we are adding 110. So when we divide this properly and substitute that to the answers, we will get 920 rupees. Okay, so we are going to do this 920 rupees, same thing what we did here, which will be 920, 120, 20%, 50. 150 into 100, which will give us the answer of 800. Got it? Is this the method you got? So this question is also solved, taking us back to. So I am going to give you all a picture of the financial statement and the income statement, a table. Okay, so I want you all to write that. Okay, what is the answer? Yes, Darshan, I will send the notes and the questions to Samha so you can get it from her. But right now at 12 o'clock, I'll give the interval. So 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock is when you all will get back. When you all are getting back at 1 o'clock, I won't be here. So I won't already provide you the notes and assessments that you have to do the time that I'm not here. So you can go through that later also. So there won't be much of a explanation afterwards. Just yeah, cool. You can leave. Take care, and please do make sure that you write all the notes and it's all proper. Okay. Somehow I'm gonna send you certain notes. I want you to send it to me. Let's say. Wait. First, after I say you can send it to them because I have some more to add. Okay, so I sent you the income statements now. Before that. Okay, so I've sent you practice questions for ratio. First of all, I want you all to finish the ratio. And after ratio is done, I have sent you two formats. No, one is income statement, one is financial statement, just the formats, very simple question. Okay, I want you to finish that question. And once you're done with that question, drop me a text. I'll give you another question. Okay. Or at the end of the class, if you are not done at the end of the class, I want you to do it before that because it's very simple. So if you are not done, just give me a drop a text as well at around 3:30 or something. I'll be sending you another text for homework if it's so. If not, you can. Cool. Okay. And guys, do you all have anything that you want to clarify before I leave? Any questions or anything? So far from yesterday, today, anything that you'll have to solve or anything that you have to, be very sure about, or you're not unsure, if you have any clarification regarding ratios, financial awareness, anything. Hmm? Yeah, the format of the statements.